Good morning, good afternoon. I'm Matt, and you've reached King Tridents Tribe. Hello, Tribe. How's the Good Vibes Soul Tribe doing this awesome day? It's April 1st, which means it's April Fool's Day. So this is the end of my video. No, I'm just kidding. But I do have a few announcements to make before I get to the message. For information on my social media accounts, energy donations, or my tip jar, coaching sessions, or my Etsy store where my new swag is, it will be in the description of this video. Please go check it out. The next live event will be Sunday, April 16th at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I will put that out ahead of time so that way it's for a reminder. And today, on April 1st, makes 90 days of our transformational challenge that we started at the beginning of this year. So how's everyone doing? If you'd like to share how you're doing, you can email me, kingtridentstribe@gmail.com, or put it in the comments. So with that, you guys, I hope you've had a great week. Thank you for being patient with me. I know that I haven't put out as many videos on this channel, but hopefully today, this video, this message will help someone, because when I started this channel, there was only one goal. If I could help one person, then that was a win for me. So let's go ahead and jump into the message. So what causes a DM to focus on their healing? One of the most important tasks that both twins must do is focus on their own healing. This can be a long and difficult journey. There are many aspects that each twin can harbor inside. I know I did. Some they are fully aware of, and some not so much, which can be held subconsciously. In the case of the DM, getting started and being dedicated to their own healing is a huge task on its own. So what causes a DM to take this step? There are many things that can get the ball rolling. In a lot of cases, the DM often, before this happens, ran, ghosted, blocked the DF. They remain stubborn in thinking that the DF was their cause of their pain and had no intentions on reflecting on self or completing an ounce of personal development. Then they get caught up in the web of insanity. Yes, I did the same thing. Gaining many difficult situations, which are usually remedial courses. And as you guys know, I said before I began my healing and on this journey, I was the king of remedial courses. I would get similar situations because I did not learn the previous lesson. So they received these because they ignored the previous lessons, as I just mentioned. And they keep going down, they keep doing the same solution, which delivers them the same results. Then they begin receiving compounding efforts depending on their decisions. Some will run to a karmic, which is not bad. I know that a lot of people put a lot of negative influence on that, but it's actually not bad, and actually can be positive if they choose to learn the lessons, which are particular to each DM. So, in every video, I try to give you as much information as possible, but I always tell you that your journey is unique to you, just as my journey is unique to me. To add these lessons, they may go through a dark night of the soul. This alone is a very eye-opening and painful experience. Basically, during this time, it will feel as if the world is crumbling to the ground, and it most certainly is in many ways. Because, you know, there is a saying that, you know, you have to crumble the old in order to build the new, you know. It can affect their health. They can have very vivid dreams. In my case, it was very difficult to sleep. I often felt as if my heart was going to pop out of my chest, and that's really true. I never experienced that before, but gosh, man, I couldn't sleep. I felt like I almost sometimes I think, am I having a heart attack? For me, I felt as if I was a branch that was being bent as I was being broke one splinter at a time. And that's literally what it was like. It was like, hey, do I got your attention yet? Do I got your attention yet? And it was like one splinter, two splinters. And it was like, we're going to keep going. And if you don't learn, then you're just going to be broken. This continues until you're willing to surrender to the divine and do what's within your highest good. It's the all-inclusive of compounding efforts that finally changes the DM's perspective. You know, it's the combination of all these efforts being compounded upon them to get their attention. And once they surrender, then you'll see what happens next. So basically, the compounding efforts finally change their perspective, humbling them enough to see the truth. This is when they look at themselves in the mirror and have an aha moment. And then a review of their entire life happens. For me, it was like having a life review with the divine. Literally, I know that in a lot of religions, they talk about whenever when you finally pass away on earth and you go to heaven, you have a life review. Well, that's what it felt like with me here. You see, all of your toxic behaviors, the destruction that you caused in your life and others, you begin to understand that all the lessons you were given was a repeat due to you not consciously learning, which caused you to receive remedial courses. Finally, you see that it wasn't the DF that caused your pain, but it was yourself. And the entire time, you were running from self. At this time, healing begins because the DM takes personal responsibility and accepts they take personal responsibility and they accept that they need to change. Time frame for healing is specific to each DM because each DM has different efforts of healing within them. It's no cookie cutter, and depending on how intense the healing is, how much work they do will just depend on how long it takes for them to begin to really heal until they get to that 80-90% mark of being fully healed. They usually fall off the face of the earth, per se, being alone and peeling back the layers deep within, because they must feel it to heal it. At this point, they are over their head and completing their healing. But ultimately, the factor that gets them there is the compounding effects of different situations. So, what gets a DM to concentrate on their healing, to focus on their healing? It's the compounding of efforts. It's them being so stubborn that they get to the point where because most DMs, they don't focus on healing as a solution they would rather ignore it. And when you ignore things, they start to compound. And when they start to compound, it's like how a diamond is formed. So a diamond is formed. So a diamond starts out as a piece of coal, and it's deep within the earth. And then there's a lot of pressure that's applied to this piece of coal for years. And finally, the pressure turns this piece of coal into a diamond. The same thing happens to a DM, and it can happen to a DF too, but I'm speaking from a DM experience. So it's the compounding effects of different situations, some that they cause and some they receive from the divine. The divine's intention is to guide the DM, not to inflict pain. It's done with love. As I mentioned, time can vary from a few months to years. That's how long it can take. If you're a DF, then patience is key. Now, I'm gonna tell you this, with a caveat on that. Yes, you should always be patient. However, it's up to you what you choose to do. I ain't saying put your life on hold by any means. You should concentrate on yourself, fully focus all of your energy upon yourself, complete your personal development and your own personal healing, and you do what you feel what your intuition tells you. That's what you should do. So, as I mentioned, concentrate on your own personal development and growth. So if this video was helpful, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I appreciate each of you. But until next time, I send you much healing, love, and light. And just remember, guys, the 3 most important things in life is peace, love, and happiness. I'll see you next time.